The SUV was never supposed to become this. It began as a tall suspension, upright body, built to survive rough roads and bad weather. But in 2026, the SUV has evolved into something far more dangerous to the status quo. It's no longer defined by size or muscle. It's defined by intelligence, silence, software, emotional presence. These machines don't chase trends, they erase the past. And once you see what's coming next, the SUV parked in your driveway may suddenly feel like a relic from another era, because the SUVs of 2026 don't politely ask for your attention. They challenge your expectations. They replace noise with acceleration, switches with screens, steel with silicon. They blur the boundary between machine and experience. And as this countdown unfolds, one truth becomes unavoidable: today's cars aren't evolving fast enough. Number 7 begins with a legend rewriting its own identity. The 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ ST, just an electric version of a familiar Namid S, a reinvention of American luxury itself. From the outside, it still commands the road. Broad shoulders, towering stance, a presence that doesn't need explanation. But now, sharp vertical LED lighting cuts through the front like a digital signature, while smooth sculpted surfaces replace unnecessary aggression. This Escalade doesn't flex muzzle, it projects confidence. Step inside and the transformation becomes unmistakable. A massive, curved pillar-to-pillar display stretches across the dashboard, glowing with crisp graphics and seamless animations. Physical buttons quietly fade away as the cabin becomes more architectural, more lounge than cockpit. Materials matter. Here, sustainably sourced woods, recycled metals, soft premium leathers, all combined without losing that unmistakable Escalade grandeur. Underneath, GM's Ultium platform delivers the real surprise. Around 750 horsepower flows instantly through all 4 wheels, launching this full-sized luxury SUV from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Range stretches beyond 450 miles, meaning road trips no longer come with compromise. This is American excess refined into American intelligence. Loudness replaced by authority. Number 6 takes luxury in a completely different direction, toward silence itself. The 2026 Range Rover Electric feels less like a new model, and more like destiny fulfilled. The exterior design remains beautifully restrained. Smooth, uninterrupted surfaces, perfect proportions. A silhouette that feels timeless rather than futuristic, because true luxury never needs to shout. Open the door, and the noise of the world simply stops. No engine vibration, no mechanical drama, just calm. The cabin becomes a sanctuary, wrapped in soft-touch materials, minimalist controls, and subtle ambient lighting that reacts to your environment. This isn't a place built for commuting, it's built for escaping. Dual electric motors provide effortless torque, allowing the Range Rover Electric to glide rather than surge. Acceleration is smooth, controlled, dignified. But don't mistake silence for weakness. Adaptive air suspension continuously adjusts each corner, preserving that signature Range Rover ride floating over asphalt, gravel, or terrain that would terrify most luxury vehicles. And yes, it still goes off-road. Advanced terrain response systems remain fully intact, now working faster and smarter through software instead of hardware alone. The idea of luxury has shifted here from power to peace, from dominance to control. But as refined as these first 2 SUVs are, what comes next doesn't just refine the future, it challenges it. What separates a good future from a great one is courage. And as this countdown continues, the SUVs ahead don't simply follow electrification. They challenge identity, tradition, and expectations. This is where innovation stops being safe and starts being bold. Number 5 is proof that icons don't need to soften to survive the future. The 2026 Mercedes-Benz EQG takes one of the most recognizable silhouettes ever created and does something radical. It electrifies it without apology. The shape remains gloriously boxy. Flat panels, upright glass, exposed hinges, inner world chasing curves, and aero efficiency. The EQG stands tall, confident, and unbothered. But beneath that familiar form lies an entirely new engineering philosophy. For independent electric motors, one at each wheel replace traditional drivetrains altogether. The result is precise torque control at every corner, allowing the EQG to crawl, climb, and maneuver with mechanical precision that no combustion G-Class could ever achieve. The much talked about tank turn ISNT, a gimmick here it's S, a demonstration of physics rewritten through software. Inside, the cabin walks a delicate line between luxury and durability. Premium leather and brushed metal coexist with exposed grab handles and squared-off surfaces. Massive digital displays sit confidently on the dashboard, offering high-resolution navigation, terrain visualization, and real-time torque distribution. Everything feels intentional, built to be used, built to last. Performance is instant and relentless. Torque arrives without hesitation, lifting this iconic shape forward with surprising urgency. And yet, it never loses composure. This isn't the G-Class adapting to the future. This is the future respecting the G-Class. Number 4 is where the traditional hierarchy begins to collapse. The 2026 Kia EV9 GT doesn't look like a compromise, and that is precisely why it's dangerous. From the outside, it feels like a concept car released straight to the public. Upright proportions give it presence, while sharp LED light signatures outlined its bold, digital identity. Wide wheel arches and aggressive stance communicate performance without pretending to be something it's not. Step inside, and the mood shifts again. The floor is flat. The space feels open. Seats are arranged more like a lounge than a cockpit, emphasizing comfort and flexibility. Materials are modern, clean, and surprisingly premium, proof that thoughtful design can replace traditional luxury cues. But the real shock comes when you press the accelerator. Dual electric motors generate over 500 horsepower, sending this family-sized SUV to 60 miles per hour in roughly 4 seconds. The launch feels surreal, controlled, effortless. This is a performance that rewires perception because it doesn't come wrapped in six-figure pricing. Handling is sharper than expected, body control firm but comfortable, and the low-mounted battery pack gives it stability that defies its size. Advanced driver assistance systems work quietly in the background, while over-the-air updates ensure the vehicle evolves long after it leaves the showroom. This isn't just a strong offering from Kia, it's a warning shot. The future no longer belongs exclusively to legacy luxury brands. It belongs to whoever innovates fastest and smartest. And as impressive as this disruption feels, the next SUVs on this list don't just push boundaries, they perfect them. At this point in the countdown, the future no longer feels experimental, it feels deliberate. The shock has settled into confidence, and what remains is clarity. These next two SUVs don't chase attention. They command respect through balance, credibility, and something far more difficult to engineer than speed alone. Number 3 is BMW, reminding the world that driving still matters. The 2026 BMW New E-Class SUV doesn't announce itself with excess. Instead, it invites you closer. The design is sculpted and athletic, defined by precision rather than aggression. Clean body lines stretch effortlessly across the profile, while the evolved kidney grille serves a new purpose, not airflow, but intelligence. Sensors, cameras, and lighting integrate so seamlessly they feel invisible. Open the door, and the philosophy becomes clear. BMW has stripped away distraction. Traditional gauges are gone, replaced by a panoramic head-up display that projects essential information directly into your line of sight. The dashboard floats, free of clutter. Touch surfaces respond with subtle haptic feedback. Everything feels intentional, built around the driver, not the screen. Press the accelerator, and the new E-Class reveals its true character. Instant electric torque delivers smooth but forceful acceleration, while a rear-biased all-wheel drive system preserves BMW's unmistakable driving DNA. Steering is direct. Weight transfer feels natural. The chassis communicates with clarity, reminding you that engagement still matters even in an electric future. This is not an SUV that tries to impress you in 5 seconds. It earns you over time. It's the kind of vehicle that makes long drives feel shorter and corners feel inviting. BMW didn't abandon its heritage here. It translated it. Number 2 is trust, electrified. The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser say carries a name built on survival, reliability, and global respect. For decades, the Land Cruiser earned its reputation far from cities, crossing deserts, climbing mountains, and operating where failure is not an option. Turning that legacy electric was risky. Toyota didn't rush it, and it shows. The design is strong and purposeful. Square proportions, upright stance, and functional surfaces communicate capability without decoration. This is a vehicle designed to work first, impress second. Inside, the cabin blends durability with technology. Washable materials sit alongside high-resolution displays. Everything feels engineered, not styled. Power comes from a dual-motor all-wheel drive system designed for control, not theatrics. Torque delivery is smooth, predictable, and precise, ideal for crawling over rocks or navigating remote terrain. Battery protection is reinforced, shielding critical components from damage when civilization disappears in the rearview mirror. Advanced off-road systems adapt instantly through software, managing traction, suspension response, and torque distribution with uncanny accuracy. And while it's electric, the Land Cruiser say never feels fragile. It feels prepared. This SUV doesn't chase headlines. It earns trust. And in a future filled with complexity, that might be the most valuable luxury of all. Only one remains now. And unlike the others, it doesn't just predict the future, it forces the industry to react to it. At the top of this countdown sits a vehicle that doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't seek approval from tradition, critics, or even comfort zones. It simply arrives fully formed, fully confident, and several steps ahead of the present. Number 1 isn't just futuristic, it's unavoidable. The 2026 Tesla Model X Plaid Refresh remains one of the most polarizing vehicles on the road, and that's exactly why it matters. While others cautiously evolve, Tesla continues to leap. The exterior is familiar, yet refined. Cleaner lines, improved aerodynamics, subtle revisions that prioritize efficiency over decoration. The Falcon wing doors still divide opinions, but they remain a reminder that this isn't meant to be ordinary. Inside, the maturity is obvious. Materials are improved. Build quality feels tighter. The minimalist design now feels intentional, rather than experimental. A massive central display controls nearly everything, while software updates quietly enhance features long after delivery. This vehicle doesn't age in years, evolves in versions, but performance is where the Model X Plaid separates itself from reality. 3 electric motors unleash over 1,000 horsepower. Acceleration is violent yet controlled, sending this full-size SUV from 0 to 60 in roughly 2.5 seconds. The sensation defies logic. Gravity feels optional. Passengers stop speaking, and then it's over, leaving silence and disbelief behind. Handling remains shockingly composed for a vehicle of this size. aided by a low center of gravity and advanced traction management. Full self-driving capabilities continue to push boundaries, shifting the role of the driver from operator to supervisor. It's not flawless, it's controversial, but it is undeniably ahead. And that's the defining pattern of these 7 SUVs. Together, they signal something profound. The SUV has shed its old identity. It no longer exists as a compromise between comfort and capability. It has become a platform for innovational space where luxury, performance, intelligence, and sustainability collide. Silence has replaced noise. Software has replaced hardware. Emotion has replaced excess. These vehicles aren't chasing the future, they are shaping it. Whether it's Cadillac redefining American luxury, Range Rover turning silence into status, Mercedes preserving icons without dilution, Kia dismantling old hierarchies, BMW protecting the joy of driving, Toyota electrifying trust, or Tesla forcing uncomfortable conversations, each one represents a new chapter in automotive evolution. This isn't just about better SUVs, it's about better ideas. Because once you experience instant torque without sound, once you trust a vehicle updated overnight, once luxury becomes calm instead of chaos, there's no going back. The line has moved. Expectations have changed. And suddenly, yesterday's cutting edge feels ancient. This isn't just a car, it's a statement. The signal that the future isn't coming, it has already arrived. And if SUVs already feel this radical, what happens when the world's most elegant sedans are reinvented next? Because in our next chapter, we dive into the machines where comfort becomes art, power becomes precision, and luxury is redefined entirely. Join us as we explore the top 5 most luxury sedans coming in 2027, where nothing feels normal anymore.